Imagine a poker table. 10 players sit down with $100 each. There's $1,000 on the table. They can play all night, shuffle the money around, win hands, lose hands, but at the end of the night, the math is the same. If one person walks out with 1,000, everyone else walks out with 0. Gains and losses always net to 0. Now imagine that poker table has a door. New players can walk in with fresh money. Old players can leave. The game is still zero-sum. No matter how many people come or go, the total amount of money is just the money people bring in. And this is the key point. The Bitcoin market works the same way. It doesn't matter how often the price moves or how many trades happen. The total amount of money anyone can pull out is just the money on the table. There's another way to look at this. Imagine the global oil market, but nobody actually uses oil for anything. No cars, no planes, no plastics. The only reason anyone buys oil is to sell it later at a higher price. In that world, the price of oil wouldn't be based on utility or consumption. It would be based entirely on finding someone else to flip it to. And that dynamic mirrors how the Bitcoin market actually behaves. Because Bitcoin has no external cash flows, no productive output, and no consumption demand. And once you see that pattern, you start noticing it everywhere. If you've ever seen those videos of people physically fighting over Pokemon cards at Costco, here's the funny part. Most of them don't care about Pokemon at all. They're not buying the cards to use them. They're buying them because they think someone else will pay more later. That's the greater fool dynamic. Profit depends on finding someone willing to pay more than you did. We've seen it with Beanie Babies, with limited edition sneakers, with baseball cards, even with the recent Labubu craze. The object doesn't matter. What matters is the belief that someone else will pay more. So when you put these analogies together, the picture becomes clear. Bitcoin is a poker table with no productive output. Bitcoin is an oil market with no consumption. Bitcoin is a Pokemon card frenzy where value comes from flipping, not using. It doesn't create value. It transfers value. Your gain is someone else's loss. And in reality, Bitcoin is worse than zero-sum. Because before you even break even, you've already paid the exchanges, the miners, the spreads, the slippage, the custodial fees, the hardware wallet costs, and the network fees. It's not just a poker table. It's a poker table where the house takes a cut every hand. And none of this changes just because someone personally believes they'll never sell, or because they repeat slogans about fiat being a melting ice cube. Personal narratives don't override economic mechanics. Bitcoin still works the same way no matter what someone believes about it. So the conclusion is simple. Bitcoin is a zero-sum system with no external demand, built entirely on greater fool dynamics, and after fees, it's actually negative sum. You only make money when someone else loses, now or somewhere down the line.